line with the permission of the guy who wrote the song Don Walker from Cold Chisel, because Australians weren't at Khe Sanh. Khe Sanh was the siege of an American firebase way to the north of where Australians were operating. So Don graciously allowed us to change the first line to his very famous and absolutely stunning song to reflect the bravery of the chopper crews from 9 RAAF Squadron who flew the resupply mission into the Battle of Long Tan. Very quick military history of the Battle of Long Tan. 2,500 NVA regulars and Viet Cong assembled in a battalion in the rubber plantation outside the village of Long Tan to mount a major attack on the Australian base at Nui Dat. And 128 Australian soldiers stumbled across this force, and there was a firefight that lasted for about 4 hours in fading light and in a monsoonal downpour. And the boys were running short of ammo, desperately short of ammo, and they couldn't get them out because it was wet and the light was very low and it was just a nightmare. There were 2 chopper crews listening to the radio traffic, and against air staff directives, they flew the resupply mission into that battle. Probably hovered their choppers not much higher than this roof and dropped packets of ammo to their mates who were literally fighting for their lives in the rubber plantation below, thereby risking themselves and their aircraft to small arms fire from the ground. Eventually, the Viet Cong and the NVA regulars withdrew and we got our boys out. We lost 17, there were 24 wounded. When the Australians went back the next day, there were 245 enemy dead that they hadn't been able to remove. So that was a pretty significant battle. And the 50th anniversary of that battle will be celebrated or commemorated this year. Anyway, we did our version of this famous Cold Chisel song, and we hope you like what we've done with it.
Well, I owe my life to the choppers at Long Tan, and I sold my soul with my cigarettes to the black market man. Had the Vietnam cold turkey from the ocean to the Silver City, and it's only how the vets can understand about the long forgotten dark side guarantees. How there were no V-Day heroes in 1973, and we sailed into Sydney Harbour. Saw an old friend but I couldn't kiss her. She was mine, I was home to the lucky land. She was like so many more from that time on, and their lives were all so empty till they found their chosen one. And their legs were often open and their minds were always closed, and their hearts were held in vast suburban chains. And the legal pads were yellow, hours long pay packets lean, and the telex riders clattered where the gunships once had been. And car parks made me jumpy, and I never stopped the dreams. The growing need for speed and overcame. So I travelled around the country from end to end, trying to find a place to settle down where my mixed up life could mend. I got a job on an oil rig, flying choppers when I could, but the nightlife nearly drove me round the bend. And I travelled around the world from year to year, and each one found me aimless. One more year that worse for wear. I've been back to Southeast Asia, but the answer sure ain't there. And I'm drifting north to check things out again. Plane out of Sydney is almost gone, and in 7 flying hours I'll be landing in Hong Kong. There's nothing like the kisses of a jaded Chinese princess. Gonna hit some Hong Kong mattress all night long. And the last plane out of Sydney is almost gone, and the last plane out of Sydney's almost gone. You know it's really got me worried, going nowhere and I'm in a hurry. You know the last plane out of Sydney's almost gone. Acoustic guitar, ladies and gentlemen, Hugh McDonald.